Kiki's got a notebook sharp as a blade, sifting through the chaos where the stories fade, flipping pages fast like a hurricane, clues in the dark dancing in her brain. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Photos on the wall connect like dots, maps and strings tie the tangled plots. Her mind's a puzzle where the truth unlocks. Every step forward, another tick-tock. She sees what they miss, the cracks in disguise. She's got the angle, she's got the prize. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Zoom in the flame, enhance the grain, pieces come together in a mental terrain. Voices in the silence, they call her name. Kiki's on the case, rewriting the game. Yeah. Kiki's got a notebook sharp as a blade, sifting through the chaos where the stories fade, flipping pages fast like a hurricane, clues in the dark dancing in her brain. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Photos on the wall connect like dots, maps and strings tie the tangled plots. Her mind's a
breaking down cases, wonder what the case is. 2025 got the game in the mazes, thinking of a time when we all got blazed and we didn't even think about the game being racist. True crime, every day I don't face it, but Kiki 25, baby in the basement. Case after case, she just gotta keep chasing, taking over the world, she gon' be the one they name it. Kiki 25, the true crime, she gon' solve the world, she gon' change the world, and then she'll be yours. Kiki 25, the true crime, she gon' solve the world, she gon' change the world, and then she'll be yours. Every time she think about it, she be going crazy. Everything she ever dreamed about was always hazy. Taking time to go around the world and never faze me. Taking
Hello, my family. How's it hanging? How's it going? What's up? Lordy B. Just saying, I've had a sickly one, and that took priority over everything. I'm sorry, guys. But I have missed you very, 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 very much. And she's on the mend. Thank the Lord. But it lasts 3 to 7 days. She had croup. And that stuff is scary if you've ever had a child that had that, right? But today, I want to talk about a lot of things. I want to say hello. Thank you, Mama. She said families first. I have been keeping in touch with some, it's been hard, guys. Very, very hard trying to get a new schedule. We got new things coming, hopefully, in the family, and I'll let you know what the secret is on that. Hopefully, we're praying about it. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Me and you, thank you for being here, Modern. Hello, Mamaw. Thank you for being a member, honey. Let's see here. Hello, Daisy. Thank you for modding. Hello, TJ. Thank you for modding. I know there wasn't going to be a whole bunch on at this time. I told you guys 100 times I've been trying to go on 2 to 3 every day, and it's just not been working out. I'm sorry, with school and everything has not been working out, and I apologize. Let's see. Hello, Lisa King. Thank you for being here, baby. Let's see here. I think we're caught up. Let's see. And if this computer shuts all the way down, y'all just hang on and I'll come right back into the studio if I can, okay? Um what yes, real family first for most. Yeah. Um no, I've got exciting news if it happens. I don't know if it's gonna happen yet. Okay, and if it does happen, then you guys will follow me on my journey. Even though we're true crime, it's going to be kind of cool. Okay. Thank you for being here. This channel is for 21 and above. Okay. 21 and above because we do talk true crime. But we may have found the property. I'm on a journey myself. Yeah. We may have found some property to get a bigger home. I don't know how finances will work out. I don't know about that yet. But my husband went and looked at it today. I'm going to go look at it Wednesday and see if we can actually build on it. And I may be living in a camper, which I hope not, honestly, with my big family. I mean, I love my family, but my goodness gravy, that's a lot of people. Or told my husband the best bet would be to like build one of those shops, metal shops, and put an apartment in it. So, yeah, me and you go ahead and email me. But, we'll look forward to what's to come. We'll look forward to what's to come. And if God wants it, it'll happen, right? Hello, Captain Harris. Thank you for being here. This is 421 and above, guys. Hello, Big Daddy Vader. That's a cute name. Thank you for being here. Let's go over this. And if someone would put that this is actually a channel for 21 and above, I would greatly appreciate y'all. And TJ, I don't know if you're over on the phone side. That would be great. I appreciate it. At times, this channel may make use of copyright material in accordance with the Fair Use Act. The Fair Use Act is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Okay, we use this for purposes of commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and or scholarship. Also, anyone that we talk about here today on this channel, do not, and I repeat, do not contact anyone or their jobs or anyone mentioned today in this live. This channel is speculations, discussions, and opinions only, not facts. Okay? So, we do discuss true crime, so 21 and above, please. 21 and below are not allowed. Anyways, hello, Kylie's Nail Candy. Hello, come on in. All right, guys. We are going to talk some about Sebastian Wayne Drink Rogers, okay? And he went missing February 26, 2024. Some say 25th, some say 26th. We don't really know because it was midnight to 6 a.m. They proposed that he disappeared out of his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Some believe that he went, him and his mother went to Texas Roadhouse to eat prior to going home. Also, there's other things that have been brought up that I did see proof of. I have not got that pulled up. It was on Facebook. But we don't know at what time that his mother dropped off by a friend's home with him and the niece. right? We don't know exactly because that was kind of just thrown in there, right? Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to talk about many things. I've got a lot of tabs pulled up. I've got to see which one is actually Sebastian. Let's see here. Let's see, guys. I've got a lot of tabs on CPS. Let's see. Here's something about Sebastian. Okay. Thank you, guys. Please hit that thumbs up. Yes, I've got to get back to the rhythm with this new computer. It does not want to mind me. I'm still trying with it because I thought the other day, was because of YouTube. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay, hang on, guys. This is credit to WKRN News. And I'm going to pull that banner up. Let's see here, guys. Hang on. Okay, guys, here we go. Yeah, I know, TJ. This computer is supposed to have 1 terabyte, so it's supposed to go pretty quick. It's just, I don't know how to navigate it correctly yet. So here we go.
Two years ago tonight, Sumner County teenager Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville home. He hasn't been seen since. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller. Sebastian was only 15 years old at the time. Search efforts began the next morning when he was reported missing. Multiple agencies searched from the ground, water, and sky. In April 2020, Sumner County Sheriff's investigation. This is community.
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers has been missing in Sumner County for 3 days.
11 days.
6 months. 10 months.
1 year.
Fast 2 years without Sebastian Rogers.
When I close my eyes, most of the time I'm waking up saying his name because he's there. He's there. I close my eyes and he's there.
Sebastian turned 17 years old in December. Holidays and special moments he should.
Fun, energetic, mischievous at times. Kid isn't.
For Sebastian's.
Hey, Jane. TJ. Hey, DJ. TJ, is it robotic? Am I sounding okay? I swear. I don't know why these news articles are doing that. It's skipping. Okay, I may have to close out some tabs here in a minute. You sound fine, but the video doesn't. Okay, it's just got a little while longer. I apologize, guys. I believe, honestly, is the news articles. Has to be, because the new computer and then StreamYard's supposed to be straightened up. It's crazy. Okay, hang on. Let's see if anything fixed this. Hang on.
if you have anything to send the tips in. The days are long. The years are quick.
Today, community members are holding up Sumner County Sheriff's Office. The FBI can take over the case after he says the family has had no answers after 2 years.
Have to be.
Okay, I'm going to remove that. Okay, Betty was talking, but I'm afraid it's going to be robotic. But what Seth is talking about there, guys, is all it takes, from my understanding, in my opinion, all it takes to get the case moving would be for Sumner County, and this is, in my opinion, allegedly what I've heard, speculated upon, to sign a form because something was already sent into them to please sign this case over to the U.S. Marshals. All they got to do is sign that form, in my opinion, and it would move forward. Okay, am I sounding fine now? Okay, we're going to move forward, guys, because I've got some statistics with CPS, which I feel, in my opinion, too, failed Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, right? I feel CPS failed him, right? Because if there was alleged 5 CPS reports, why isn't there, why wasn't there anything happening to the person that was, had the reports on? That's what I don't understand. That's why I think it's so weird. That's why we think it's so weird, right? CPS does have a big caseload in Tennessee. Look, search today, and I'll pull that in one day. But the S offenders, I pulled up a whole flipping map of United States of America today. Okay, yes, trigger warning. The S offenders. There was at least, I think it was 18,000 in one area, in like one area of Tennessee, and like 1,100 or 11,000 in another part of Tennessee. What kind of flipping problem do they have in Tennessee? The other places had like hundreds or 1,000 or whatever, the other states. Why is Tennessee so flipping weird? I'm sorry. I've never paid attention to this. Okay. But in my opinion, it was on a map. You can Google, watchdog, whatever, to look these things up in your area. And I would suggest you do. Because the area that I am in had a lot that I didn't even realize around here. And that makes me, that makes me very, very paranoid, by the way. But in the area that we're hoping to get to, there wasn't any. I mean, these are things that you guys have got to look at when you go to moving, or just, it's a website. I think it's called, well, it was actually TBI's website. If you go to TBI, well, if you're in Tennessee, but you can go to watchdog.com and you can find who lives around you. Okay? Suggest you do that, guys. It's insane. All right, TJ, you tell us, you live there. Girl, it is. It's weird. It's weird. I just never knew how weird, right? Okay, let's see. Here's another one for Sebastian. And I will put the banner up. This is WSMV4. If we can drop that link and give them credit, I would appreciate it. Let me make sure I have a banner for them. Okay, right here, I have one. Let's see what Michelle says. My question is, CPS would have asked to remove Sebastian to his dad if Seth was able. I just don't comprehend the whole CPS thing because, like I said, we were in the inner city at one point and we were asked by people who couldn't take care of their child at the moment, that were overwhelmed and had things going on, could we? And CPS called me and asked me, hey, do you have room? And I was like, I don't have room. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate turning children away. Don't, but I'm not a foster parent. I have a lot of children of my own. And, it just wouldn't have been fair to me to try to take care of someone else. And, but honestly, at that point, CPS didn't care if the child came in and slept on my couch. I said, we don't have enough rooms. And they said, as long as they have a couch. And I was like, what? That just blew my mind. But anyways, here we go. Let's talk about Sebastian. This is from the other day. She lived right next to. That's awesome, Michelle. That's awesome of you. It takes a lot to foster or to care for a child in CPS that's been through traumatic experiences and such, because you don't know what you're stepping into, and that scares a lot of people. If I didn't have as many kids as I have, I would have done it. But this is a gentleman from WSMV4. Guys, I wanted y'all to hear this news article.
Today marked 2 years that a teen with autism from Sumner County, Sebastian Rogers, was last seen at his home in Hendersonville. This anniversary sparking office where a handful of demonstrators came together to draw attention to the case, and also Sumner County Sheriff's Office over to the FBI. Take a listen.
They're not saying his name. There's no press conferences. There's no updates. They need to be out here looking and searching every place. There's no reason for them to say that they just need. A kid needs justice.
Now I did it.
So, what does vigilant and active mean? You want us to stay vigilant, but yet we don't have any information to report new on him so that we can get everybody's attention, right? If we could get everybody's attention with an update, it would be great. Keep his name out there, just to come on and say, we're still moving forward. We're doing this. We're doing that. They don't have to tell us anything that, or even to tell Seth, for God's sake. I think Seth said the other day that he hasn't talked to them in over a year or something like that. It's wild. Hey, Keith, thank you for posting Bible verses. We all need Bible verses, but I don't think some of those are Bible verses. But thank you for being here. If you want to listen, you're welcome to if you're 21 and above, okay? All right, let's move forward. To I really wanted to dig deep into all this, okay? The one thing I have a problem with, guys, with the CPS thing, okay? Let's cover this. The U.S. Marshals. That's what I wanted to cover. This is a thing that I saw that the U.S. Marshals had posted, okay? And this, I'm going to read a little to you guys. It says, Missing Child Program 2024. The U.S. Marshals Service supports the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's mission to protect children from victimization by providing assistance to federal, state, and local law enforcement. So, see, they assist. Do you see that? So, Sumner, even though you may not want it out of your hands, they assist you. What is wrong with them assisting you guys to help? Would you not want the most help that you possibly could get, especially after 2 years, in my opinion? Requests received from law enforcement for assistance in missing child cases in 2023, guys. 845. That means 845 missing child cases. Missing children located or recovered with assistance from the U.S. Marshals. 495. The Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act of 2015 enhanced the U.S. Marshal Service discretionary authority to assist other law enforcement agencies with the recovery of missing, endangered, or abducted children, regardless of whether a fugitive or offender was involved. Regardless. Do you all see that? That's the qualifications. Hey, Danny, come on in. That is the qualifications, guys, for U.S. Marshals to come in. They have to be endangered, abductive, missing, right? And it says, regardless of whether there's a fugitive or a offender involved. The U.S. Marshals have a missing child unit to oversee and manage the implementation of its enhanced authority under the Act. Upon request, the Marshals assist in other law enforcement agencies with the recovery of the critically missing children who have gone missing under circumstances that indicate an elevated risk to the child. Elevated risk to the child. In my opinion, and I want to see your guys' opinion, do you not think there's an elevated risk for Sebastian and Summer that's been gone 4 years and 2 years? Don't you think it's about high time that they do something, right? Since 2015, when the Marshals received enhanced authority under the Act, the agency has located or recovered more than 3,248 missing children. The U.S. Marshals have located or recovered missing children in 68% of cases received. Of those recovered, 61% were found within 7 days. The U.S. Marshals are leading the way in nationwide effort to rescue and recover missing and exploited children, therefore acting in the prevention of trafficking. Tell me why. Why wouldn't law enforcement want the help? That's my question. Why would you not want the help to find these two kids? These two kids that have been missing along with others, right, in the state of Tennessee. It irritates me to no end. I know Sebastian or Summer was not my child, but it irritates me for Seth, and it irritates me. I just don't understand the whole thing of not letting them come in and help, right? I don't understand. Okay, I Googled this. I Googled it, y'all. Okay. I said, why would a sheriff's department not turn over a missing child's case after 2 years to the U.S. Marshals? I wanted to see what it would say. Okay. Then we're going to move on to CPS. Y'all are going to be mind blown. People's already brought things out that I was going to bring out, but I just didn't have time, but I'm still going to cover them. Sheriff's Department may not turn over a missing child's case after 2 years to U.S. Marshals for several reasons. These include investigation continuation. The case may still be under investigation by other law enforcement agencies or departments which may not have concluded their own investigations yet. Okay. Case complexity. The case could be complex and require further investigation or analysis, which may not have been completed by the 2-year mark is reached. Legal requirements and public awareness, resource allocation, location. In my opinion, the laws need to be changed on this. I think, regardless, and this is my opinion, I'm not law enforcement or anything. Hello, Marion. Come on in, honey. Thank you. That's what I'm wondering, Marion. I'm wondering that. Let's see what she says. Right here. Is there something that needs to be hidden? Is there a lack of evidence? Right? I don't understand. I really don't. Never trust AR results regarding. Hello, that one. Come on in. Come on in. But guys, what was I saying? I got distracted. I think the laws need to be changed to where if a child has been missing, number one, you treat it like an investigation right from the bat. You mark everything off at the home. If the child went missing at home, you set it up like it's criminal right off the bat. That's my opinion. I believe a lot of these things would stop. Number two, I believe after so many years of the child missing, that if the law enforcement has not turned it over to U.S. Marshals, I think that they should have to. And that's my opinion. Okay? I think a lot of this crap would stop. But let's move forward with CPS. Let's just pray Sebastian, keep sharing his name. Let's pray Sebastian is found. Let's pray Summer is found, right? Let me close some of these. Okay. I want y'all to see. I don't know if Tennessee parents are just this bad, or I don't know if there's false allegations that people call things in that are false. I'm not sure what's going on in Tennessee. Hey, Wild Child. I don't know what's going on in Tennessee, but I want you to look at these numbers. As of recent data, which is 2022 and 23, there are approximately 8,700 to over 9,000 children in foster care in Tennessee. The number of children in state custody have increased to factors like parental substance abuse, with a significant shortage of available foster homes, which numbered around 4,000 to 4,500, creating a high demand for therapeutic care. Total children data from 2022 showed that 8,702 youth in care, with estimates often cited around 9,000. System challenges: there are more children in custody than available homes, leading to some children being placed out of the state or in residential facilities. Trend: the number of children entering custody increased by 15% between 2016 and the report date. Adoption: there are approximately 500 children in Tennessee's foster care system who are legally free for adoption and waiting for a permanent home. Guys, that's sad. Makes me want to cry. It honestly makes me want to cry. Let's see what Wild Child said up here. In my opinion, law enforcement in every state should be a federal law. I think so too, Wild Child. I think there's a lot of laws there. Why is Tennessee got such a, I'm sure it's all over the U.S., but why has Tennessee got such a bad problem with taking care of their kids. I know, Danny, it breaks my heart. Guys. I tried to cry, Lord have mercy, but it breaks my heart so bad. I don't know. There has to be a root to the problem, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? There has to be. Hey, Michelle, let's see. In my opinion, if missing child case looks like it's more than missing child, automatically should be turned over to FBI. I agree. But I wish I had like this home big enough to adopt all kinds of kids. But, even at that, they have to find the root of the problem. If it is parents that aren't taking care of children and their own rugs, say their own rugs, then we need better treatment facilities. We need better medical. We need something. Okay. Now, I've seen a lot of money, and I'm not alleging nothing with this. Okay. But every year you see that Tennessee needs federal funding for CPS because they need more and more and more help. Okay. Why not get to the root of the problem, right? Why not get to the root of the problem? Why these kids are being removed? What's the statistics of the rug problem? What's the statistics that they're not caring for them? I don't know. But there has to be a mutual problem that Tennessee is having that needs to be taken care of. But CPS literally got, I think it was back in 2022, and we'll look, got like $108 million to build homes. This was like 2022. Build homes to have more children, more facilities for these foster kids, for these kids waiting to be adopted, okay? And guess what? 2024, they were to be built. I'm not seeing anything in my area. I mean, there may be, but makes you wonder what's the real problem? What is going on? I want to show you. Yeah, better programs for families to get into a family before the kids get removed. I agree, Michelle. There has to be something. It's very weird. Very weird in my opinion. Okay, here we go. I want to show you where I was talking about the real estate initiative. Okay, and I'm going to close out some of these here in just a minute. Let's see what I can close out. Okay, I'm going to show you these, guys. Let me pull this up. Where on earth would you start? Corrupt law enforcement. Is anyone safe anymore? I don't understand why so many babies are being removed. Right here, guys, is the timeline. Here's the projected thing for building. Okay, these buildings, it says the youth development campus locations are going to be built in Somerville and in Nashville. If anyone lives in that area, would you let me know if these are built? Because I would be curious. There's 3, one in Memphis, one in Strawberry Plains, one in Nashville. Okay, Jonesboro, Lenoir City, Lexington, Memphis, Nashville, Tullahoma. They're wanting to build these homes. Welcome places. 6 locations will serve youth immediately after they enter care, providing short-term stabilization while permanently plans are created. All 6 DCS regions will be served by a community-based welcome place, each designed for up to 16 youth with space for individual care and family visitation. This is amazing, okay? But I'm not seeing any of these. I'm not. It says 2,000. Now look how long it's going to take this. And look at the price. I'm going to come back to you guys right here in a minute. I can't see chat right now. I apologize. The 2023 project approval and design team selected. 2024 funding updates and continued project development. What has taken so long, Tennessee? 2025, we've passed that now. Major contracting steps and design progress. Does it really have to be that fancy? 2026 to 2028. Phase construction and openings planned. Planned, guys. What does flipping planned mean? Why can't we get these homes available for these babies or these kids that need help? Okay, why not? Why do we have to have all this fancy stuff? You know, just build something for, yeah, like a school dorm, TJ. That's what I'm saying. You know, give them individual rooms. It does not take years, guys, in my opinion, to do something like this. Something ain't right. We got kids suffering because we can't flip and build a building in a year. I mean, if they're only going to house 16 kids, how long is that going to take to build? Really? In reality, drugs and alcohol problems are not going away. Corruption isn't a new thing, been going around a long time. They rely on people focused on those problems, not addressing accountability for all. Each room could have 2 children. Yeah, TJ. I mean, them in these houses, you know, these foster homes. But you need, I don't get it. Something isn't right. Something doesn't these homes. If you're in Nashville, Memphis area, any of these areas, I would love to know if any of these were built. Why is it you can build a huge house in like 3 months, but you can't build a dorm in 3 months? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I got one more thing to read to you, and I promise I won't bore you. But just digging into the CPS thing really irritated me. Really, really irritated me because these kids deserve better. And thank God for an attorney. I think she's from Nashville or Memphis. Okay. And they pulled in that she's a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, whatever. If you're fighting for these babies and these children, then, you know, so be it. So be it. But why you got to bring her up that she's that? You know, I don't get that. Okay. Out of sight, out of media. This is a disability rights in Tennessee. A recipe for neglect. Statement on Tennessee Department of Children's Services new funding and announcing projects. This is back in 2023. The Tennessee Department of Children's Services has been allocated, get this, over $400 million. $400 million. And we're having a problem. Hang on, I'm coming back to the chat. $400 million. And we don't have enough to build for these kids. Says Valley Girl says developers that are profiting, no matter local, out of state, or foreign, needs to contribute to the communities they are profiting from. Yeah. And this, a lot of this is government funded, right? So when's Tennessee actually going to go like bankrupt? And where are these buildings? Where are they, Tennessee? Where? Disabilities Rights Tennessee reaffirms our commitment to preventing unwarranted institutionalization of youth by ensuring that children and families across the state are provided the appropriate community-based services and resources to thrive at home or in other family settings. We are discouraged by the Department of Children's Services plans to spend $400 million to build more hardware secure facilities and otherwise institutionalize youth in their custody. These plans fly in the face of best practice and ignore successful family-focused alternatives, as outlined in Families Not Facilities link here. A report we co-authored with Youth Law Center. Our primary recommendation is to keep youth in a home setting by building strong families across Tennessee. Amen. through the provision of community-based services and wraparound support for system-impacted youth and their families, rather than spending millions to create more institutions, placements for youth. DCS could be investing in keeping families together. For example, if a parent cannot afford to secure the treatment and services required to care for a child with a complex disability, instead of removing that child from the family they know and love, why not provide the family and child with the services they need for their own home? Amen. I like that group, right? I like that. Yeah, me and you, I really do think it does start with the lawmakers. Like Betty says, so much needs to change in the state of Tennessee, and I agree with her. I just wish I knew how to advocate like her and where to start. You know, I really, really do. Okay, I'm going to pull up these news articles, guys. In my opinion, we're in the last day of the world's history. I suppose we can't expect much. Miriam, I agree with you, honey. I agree. It breaks my heart that God gives these children to these parents. And you don't have to be rich. You know, you don't have to be rich. Just take care of the baby. I'll tell you, I think it's a me problem. I'll tell you why. I think a lot of these mamas and daddies are all about me, instead about the kids. And that's the problem. Danny says, so instead of building homes, why could they not use old buildings that are no longer in use anymore? Like a school, yeah, but they're wanting to institutionalize them. Okay? I'm all, I just don't, I don't comprehend. I don't comprehend what's going on. I really don't. It breaks my heart. I wish I could talk to, you know, children that are like 21 and above that have been in the foster care system or in the CPS system and get their feedback on what they've been through, right? Get their feedback. And I know a few. I'm not saying children. I'm saying, they're adults now. Let's see. This is an amazing story, okay? About a 12-year-old little boy with a disability that got adopted. And I think this was in 2023. Kiki, you can. I do. TJ, I want to advocate. I don't think I have. I don't. I can speak to people, but I'm not a good public speaker. My words twisted. I'd love to learn how to advocate. And if Betty wants to meet me, you know, and my area, and we see if we can get changes, Kiki, quit down yourself. You have everything to do with it. Thank you. Thank you, TJ. But, you can have it. I will. I do believe in myself. Sometimes I do. I know they want the check, not the child. Michelle, I've ran into that. I've seen that before. Now look at this. This is very sweet, guys. Watch this about this little 12-year-old. And he has a disability.
Child sickness and a mother's unstoppable love. Their bond is breaking one of the toughest cycles in our state, the foster care system. After 7 years of waiting, it's finally a yes to an adoption. Our reporter Maria Guzman introduces us to this mother and son duo.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Meet Ricky Brown, the 12-year-old boy who beats in life.
Every man deserves absolutely will take him. Knowing that forever, but though I had to put that aside and say, let's live our best life.
Ricky Hessen Filippo are
He's not a special needs child. He is a child. Every child is special needs.
after more than 2,000 days in foster care and several emergencies. Ricky is forever home, a home with many rooms.
We have something probably last. We have a total of 15 children.
But that home match came with a special helper.
Say, oh, those children are so blessed to have you. No, I am blessed to have my children.
Okay, guys, computer's acting crazy. Kiki, it's not could I make a change? It's I will make a change, never doubt. Thank you, guys. Hey, Kathy Gordon. Take a stand, Kiki. It breaks my heart. I have friends that have adopted, that are foster parents, and they take these kids in, and I'm lagging really bad. I'll come back. I'm sorry, Marion. Daisy, thank you. Thank you, Daisy. Let's play the beaver. I'm sorry that I'm lagging. I think it was that channel, Swear, or StreamYard. Let's play the beaver. Daisy, thank you so much, baby doll. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you for becoming a member of my channel. Kiki 2025, true crime on this channel. You will see everything true crime, from podcast to cases to podcast. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Daisy. I know that I can do it, guys. It's just, I'm wondering about how I would have time to do it. Does that make sense? It's not that I don't want to take that step, but like I was saying, I have I have friends that foster, that um, have adopted, things like that, and they've taken these kids in, but yet they barely get any help. They barely get any help, and it's a big responsibility. It takes a lot of money to raise kids. You know, even bare minimum diapers. Think about it, guys. A box of them's like $45 now. All right. Thank you guys so much. Trying to hit my goal. I'm not to my goal to where I'm going to get paid this month yet. But that helps so much, Daisy. Thank you. Let's see here. I hope I'm not lagging anymore. And see, I believe this computer has affected every bit of my streams, and it irritates me to no end. Right. Let's see. This is an audit that was done a few years back. A few years back. Hang on, me and you. I think you said I'm skipping. Am I skipping? Hit a 1 if I'm not. If hit a 1 if you can hear me. Hit a 2 if it's skipping, please. Let me know. 1 if I'm good. 2 if I'm skipping. One, I'm good. Hey, Tara. Thank you for being here, hon. I'm good. Okay. Okay. I'm good now. Thank you, Marion. Thank you. This, I'm telling you, these news stations and such, on CPS back 3 years ago. 3 years ago. This has been a problem for like 5 years or better in the state of Tennessee. Okay. I think this is Fox 17 Nashville. I just got a few more, guys, and I want you to see what is going on. Okay. Let me push play on this. Here we go.
The state says the Department of Children's Services is struggling to provide support to Tennessee's most vulnerable children and youth. That's according to a new 200-page audit from the Comptroller's Office released this afternoon. Rosaria Oates lays out.
Tennessee Democratic Caucus says the management of DCS needs to identify the risk that DCS encounters, address options, and more. Backlash from legislators like Senator Heidi Campbell and Representative Gloria Johnson come in the form of a newly launched website. The website's in place to document the crisis endangering vulnerable children at Tennessee's Department of Children's Services, in addition to a lack of available foster homes on top of DCS employee vacancies. New management failed to address, quote, crisis foster care options. Information detailing the staffing crisis and the department's illegal use of hospitals.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. It started glitching. Yeah, this was 5 years ago. No, 6 years ago. 2020, they done that audit. Where are the buildings that they're saying they're building? Right? Tara, I'm sorry, it's skipping StreamYard. Yeah, I'm going with a different place. If I can learn how to work Streamlabs or something, I've done told StreamYard that I'm sick of it. I pay too much money for it to be doing all this mumbo jumbo. It's like, I'm going to find out what Betty's been using and see how easy it is. But StreamYard, I'm over it. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now I want you to hear this. This is recent. It says Tennessee DCS is accused of intentionally dragging out custody battles. You know, they've went in and taken the child, and they're saying allegedly, and this is alleged, okay? It says that allegedly that they're dragging their feet and not letting these parents get their children back, okay, in a sufficient amount of time. It's okay, just letting you know. I hear a lot of people complaining. Yeah, thank you. I'm connected to Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is good. Like, we run 20 different things on Wi-Fi, and it's good. It's StreamYard. I really think it is StreamYard. I'm going to see how another one works. See if I can learn, you know. Thank you. StreamYard is not worth it. Yeah. I'm sorry, StreamYard, but you're going to lose my business as of today. I'm done. Okay. This is Fox News Nashville 17. Tennessee DCS accused of intentionally dragging out custody battles for profit.
Does the Tennessee Department of Children's Services intentionally drag out custody battles with parents? That's the claim from one national group, a veteran attorney, and a dozen families who believe DCS.
That's quite a charge. Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier tonight in investigating, and that it is bankrupting families who are fighting for their kids.
The idea is simple. DCS has a stable of lawyers who are on the company payroll, but working for the company.
Suffered not only emotionally but financially. Great grandmother Ruth Gardner has been to court.
Nothing happens. You come back, nothing happens. It's always this same old, same old. It's like a repeat. Yep.
How much did you spend, and at what point did that just break you?
I spent over $20,000, and at that point, I just didn't have no more. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Former family law attorney Connie regularly spent a quarter of a century battling DCS.
The parents get caught up in the system and they end up coming to court crazy. Like, we're going to set a status hearing. We're going to set a review hearing. We're going to set a foster care review board. We're going to set a permanency plan hearing. Parents are going to court every month. You know, one recent mom in Rutherford County, in just over a year, she'd been to court.
Tara, thank you so much for sending me a flower, babe. I can't see that over there, and I'm so glad y'all let me know. Let's play the beaver one more time. Thank you, Tara.
Thank you for becoming a member of my channel. Kiki 2025, true crime on this channel. You will see everything true crime, from podcast to cases to podcast. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime.
Oh, and Christy, thank you for being a member, honey. Thank you for becoming a member, and welcome to the Sleuthers. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm almost about to hit my goal, and I really appreciate that. YouTube, they require, you make so much before you get paid. So, because they want their part, right? But thank you guys so much. You made my night. I appreciate it. I try to do what I can to get this information out to you guys. I'm going to be coming on more often. I've just had a lot on my plate lately, and I feel awful that I can't come live like the others, 2-3 times a day. I find something that I'm like, oh, I got to tell them. And then I forget that I sent it to myself because, life happens.
Times, and she still didn't have final hearing.
In cases for a class action suit against DCS, she thinks the deck is stacked against families and for the powerful agency.
Well, it's going to cost you $10,000. It's trying to maintain a home and take care of your children.
To make this even worse, may be continued beyond the 30 days. So the court is supposed to have a very, very good reason for going beyond the 30 days.
They are hired to fully give the parent a trial within 30 days. If they have your kid,
StreamYard's really giving me trouble. But did you hear what she said? You've got all these parents waiting to get their kids back. You've got to have a trial for these parents within 30 days. You have their children. You have to follow protocol. And within 30 days, get a trial set up for these parents to see if they get their children back. You're charging them $10,000, $15,000, which, you know, some of them, I mean, but yeah, it's so flippin' sad, Christy. It is. We want kids back with their families, but yet we're holding them in offices. Allegedly, right? Kathy, I agree. I've heard that. I have heard that. All right? That's our opinions. We're allowed to have them. But, okay, 2 more. Thank God for this woman that is coming out. She wants the DOJ, okay, to come and inspect CPS in Tennessee. And kudos to her. Hang on. I gotta find my sound. I have got to. Oh, this is spinning. Hang on, guys. I was hoping to make it through this one thing with you guys. Hang on. I don't think it was my other computer at all. Now, honestly, I think it was a flipping StreamYard. We'll remove it and add to screen. There it goes. Finally. Okay. This lady right here is an attorney. She wants DOJ to investigate CPS in the state of Tennessee. And if I can find it, I want to give her the kudos. Okay? Everybody applaud for this lady. Kudos to her. Right? Standing up for these kids. Yeah, this was on the news today. Yeah. And I want to clarify, from what I'm seeing, I'm sure there's more rug problems in DCS. Okay? But some people are out there saying some wild stuff. And I'm sure there's craziness going on behind the scenes with DCS. So I'm not going against anybody saying no, there's not. But from what I'm heard, and I like to bring y'all correct information, the math was one incident with one child in an office. Okay. There was another incident where a child that was older was teaching a younger child how to play racquetball, Raffic, if you know what I mean. So I'm sure it's in there, but these are the 2 incidences, individual, 2 separate, okay? There was people going with a lot of theories, and I just wanted to clarify that because, I like to not stretch the truth, and this person may not be stretching the truth at all, but we got to get our information correct for you guys.
And the testimony that we have garnered from these families highlight serious neglect, serious issues that have to be addressed.
Calling on the feds to investigate the Department of Children's Services. Democrat Representative Afton Bain has been collecting stories from families who claim DCS is dragging out cases. Welcome back to News 2 at 4. I'm Kendall.
Keeping kids, especially those with disabilities, in horrible conditions.
Making point.
A department with a history of problems. Democratic Representative Afton Bain
is now calling on the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate DCS, collecting stories from Tennessee families directly impacted.
Our office decided to file this complaint to elevate to the federal government that there is a negligence, non-compliance, systemic failure are serious. I mean,
horrible for can accusations several laying out psychological abuse. Plus, just this week, a new report by Tennessee's Second Look Commission highlighted a child in state custody reportedly using meth inside DCS offices, and another running away with a second child in state custody and sex trafficking them.
This spans across socioeconomic class. This spans across. These kids are united with, particularly with kids with disabilities. We are just seeing abhorrent conditions within DCS, and it is unacceptable.
It comes as DCS is set to go before lawmakers today to ask for more money.
So there you go. Miss Ashton, if you happen to ever hear me on YouTube and would like to come on my panel and voice what you think may be going on in the forefront, right? Then you're more than welcome to. If there's any parents out there in the state of Tennessee that's going through something that they don't feel is right, you're allowed to come on my panel and voice your opinion. I can be a voice for you guys. Okay? Just letting you know. Why do people feel like they have to? I don't know, Danny. It's sick. It really is sick. TJ, am I frozen now? No. Yeah, this is why this is exactly why, guys, that I have one babysitter, and if she's not available, then I don't go where I can't go without my children, right? Like if I want to go gym, then I don't go. I don't go unless I have a babysitter, right? One person. And she works a full-time job, so I don't ask her hardly ever, right? But thank you guys so much for a great live. I feel like we covered a lot. And if you know anyone in any state, but particularly in Tennessee, who has, been through the ringer with things going on with their children, they feel like they've been misjustice and they need a voice, just reach out to me. If you mods don't care to drop my email, then I could work out a show to where they could come on and voice their opinions and their stories, right? Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for becoming members, giving super chats. I really greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the flowers. Love you, and I want you guys to have a great, great night. Love y'all. Stay safe.
$500 children in Tennessee. It's a mighty long way from you and me. 500 children, they're gone every month. I ain't never seen numbers like that. What could be going on? My goodness gracious, and we working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home.